opportunity to go for a World Championship final. Nice show of respect, and that gives way, well, to a fight. You can shake hands, but it's all about the fighting now. Titonelli, of course, a Youth Olympic Games participant. Military World Champion as well, the Brazilian. And she also fought in Rio as well. So she's got the big game experience. Looks to be the shorter of the two, Amy, trying to work on that distance to get in and out.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, it's only just started the match, so they're probably just trying to just get the distance right. Give it a few minutes, obviously, it'll pick up very shortly.
Well, as you see, trying to pick up the points on the way through. 0-0 on the score. Change of stance for the Brazilian, trying to get a change of momentum. Crowd getting into it as well. And that Olympic Games experience for Titonelli, can she transfer it here? Because Nur TATAR ASKARI, she's been around a long time. She knows her way around the map.
Yeah, she's a very well-known athlete. She has got so much experience in so many competitions. So let's just see how it goes. But good start so far.
And a good start so far to your commentary career. Expert analysis from Amy Truesdale here. Stepping in and stepping forward with the back leg there is Titonelli. Trying to find an option. TATAR ASKARI. Changing stance, changing angles as we check the clock here. Just about 20 seconds to go at the end of this first period. So as they creep forward to the last 10 seconds, TATAR ASKARI circling. She's the fighter in blue. Nothing much doing on the scoreboard. And as matches go, a bit of a stalemate there. And it was just as you to the world. The time ticks by. And speaking of time, it's time for round number 2. Turkey coming forward. TATAR ASKARI against Titonelli of Brazil. And the Brazilian has been a tough nut to crack all day. Can she find a little attacking foray here? In terms of highlights, there's been precious few. Decent attempt at a back kick there from TATAR ASKARI. Titonelli a little bit low with the push kick, but neither fighter over-committing. And as we know, Amy, it's so important to be patient in these occasions. You don't want to make any mistakes.
No, not at all. I think if you do rush in sometimes, you can forget your cover, you can then concede points.
Of which TATAR ASKARI grabs 2 on the board. Just as you said, Titonelli switching off, leaves the arm up, leaves the gap underneath. And that gap reads 2-0 here at the opening stages of this second round. Well, the Brazilians in the crowd trying to give some encouragement here for Titonelli. Tough ground for her to cover on the way in here. A good back leg turning kick from ASKARI. She's got that speed.
Yeah, definitely. She went with another action, then there was quite a lot of single actions. So I think going with more than one action is going to play really well for her.
Headshot just firing over the shoulder as well. And that will help the cause of the Turk down the stretch here. Clock is ticking on the ambitions of the Brazilian. Deep into this second period as we creep towards the end of the second round. Well, Nur TATAR ASKARI came in as the favourite on paper. And she certainly proved to be the favourite on the mat as well. So I'm going to ask you some tough questions now, corner, and this is the reason why. Commanding lead. Can she make it to the final? Milena Titonelli has to find an answer. Comes out a little bit more aggressive, but wonderful counter push kick there from ASKARI. Great timing.
Yeah, really good. That's it, yeah, a lot more action going on now.
As you see, that 7-2 now in favour of TATAR. And it has opened up here. Both fighters going for this final, trying to make it. TATAR ASKARI knows what it's like. Little hook kick attempt there flashes past. And Nur TATAR has very good footwork as well, sees it all coming.
Yeah, definitely. She does read the legs very well.
Yeah, and it makes good reading for Team Turkey as well. 5 points of a difference. But good on Milena Titonelli. Trying to fight forward. Great back kick though.
Yeah, perfect time and executed really well, so great shot.
Great shot, makes the big difference, but the Brazilian, to her credit, trying to fight for this one. She'll go back as we see just about a minute to go on the clock here. Step through reverse tourniquet, perfect.
Yeah, very, very good attempt. Big point, so I can understand why she did attempt that shot.
And I think she will indeed get the extra points for that one.
Yeah, we're just getting awarded now by the referee.
Yeah, and of course in Taekwondo, the more difficult the technique, the more points you get. And points proving pivotal at the moment now for Nur TATAR ASKARI. 15 points to the good. Titonelli, well, she's going to be going back with the bronze. 40 seconds to go in this third round. But the Brazilian, to her credit, keeping it going. But of course, Amy, there's a final to think about. Obviously, she's got to concentrate on this, but maybe conserving some energy too.
I suppose.
Or not.
Well, not really. I suppose you've got time to recover, time to reflect. So, and if you're a professional athlete, you've got so much experience, it shouldn't be a problem.
Well, there's the difference between a commentator and an athlete. The athlete says, no, keep it firing, keep it going. And Nur TATAR ASKARI is doing just that. She's about to fire herself into another World Championship final. Titonelli running out of time and running out of options as well. Last 10 seconds. Good effort from Titonelli. Tries with a big reverse turning kick. More in hope than expectation, and her hopes are over for this year's World Championships. Wonderful performance. Nur TATAR ASKARI into the final. Titonelli with the bronze. The winner will go against Nur TATAR ASKARI. And Amy, while I've got you here, give us a little insight into your daily training routine. How does it work out? Now that you're a full-time athlete, what's the difference?
The difference is everything's just in one place. I'm not commuting, I'm not working, I'm not trying to train. I've got all the help, all the support under one roof. I'm just super lucky and I'm absolutely loving it. So, great times.
Absolutely, glad to hear that. And obviously, that extra energy must make your life a little bit easier.
Yeah, definitely. I just feel like I'm really settled. I'm just in such a good environment, and yeah, I'm just really enjoying it.